Hey everyone out there, it's Dave from Chef's Bonus. How are you? Back on the 360 griddle, and I am doing one of my all-time favorites. It is spicy pork bulgogi, or bulgogi, which is Korean spicy pork dish. I have some sesame oil and some blended oil down here right now. I'm going to let this get hot. I just fired this griddle up. It's on high. I want it to be on high while I sear the pork. And I'm going to add a little bit of ginger and scallion and garlic to the mix as well. And then I'm going to hit it with some spicy Korean pepper sauce, and then finish it with some samjang, which is a sesame-based hot sauce as well. So adding some fried rice to this, but I got about, I think it was like 4 or 5 pounds of pork shoulder, boneless pork shoulder, and what I did was froze it so that it was like almost frozen, then shaved it by hand with steak. If you got a slicer at home, good for you. I don't. So what I got is I got a really nice blister on my finger from doing all that cutting with the frozen pork. So that was pretty awesome. And you know, these days of COVID-19, I got to put the hand sanitizer on, and then I scream like a child. So that was a lot of fun. But hey, you got to do what you got to do in order to get the right effect. So this pork is nice and thin. I've got 3 of these containers. I'm going to cook it all off because it's just like a steak and cheese. It's gonna, it's gonna shrink up. But I'm going to put all this. I'm going to put a little bit of mirin and some soy sauce, a little extra sesame oil, and these hot sauces in there. And what's going to happen is it's going to suck in all that flavor as it cooks and really add a lot to it. Then I have some jasmine rice that I put in my steamer last night, and I'm just going to do a little bit of fried rice on the side with this dish. So probably top it off a little furikake or something, make it all delicious. So let this heat up, and then I'll be right back. It's firing up. I can smell it. Smell that sesame starting to open up. The sesame oil is a great base for if you're ever doing fried rice, or if you're doing Asian-based dishes. Adds a lot of flavor. The one problem with sesame is that it does not have a super high smoke point, and it burns very easily. So what you want to do is you want to mix it together with some blended oil that has a higher smoke point, so that it doesn't burn. Hand shaved pork. Spread it out. Still a little frozen, but just like a steak and cheese, it's going to break down. Put that down. Garlic, scallion, ginger. Drop that right on there. Smells real nice. Wish you were here. I'm going to let this cook for a minute. I'll move everything over to one half of the grill. I'll start the fried rice, and then I'm going to top off the pork with the rest of the aromatics that I want to add into it. That's that. Pretty simple. Pretty fast. Pretty amazing. Yes. Got that residual oil, some of that pork fat over here. Cook the rice into. It's going to add a heck of a lot more flavor to it. Nothing like day old rice. I want it to get crispy, have a little crunch to it. So this side, I'm going to hit this with a little bit of the mirin. Not too crazy because it is sweet, but I want to let that deglaze a little bit with that wine. Then I'll hit it with some soy. little sesame seed for the rice. A little soy. It's actually tamari. This is a gochujang with honey in it. So I want all these flavors to marinate into the meat as I'm cooking. Ooh, that is crazy. Look at that. Perfect rice. It's getting that nice crust on there. Oh, so good. Love cooking rice on this griddle. I mean, if you want stuff to be delicious and tasty. Oof. All right, so the last thing I want to do is, well, first thing I want to do, mix some of this rice in this flavor over here. Not to be confused with flavor in your ear. So, is that Rob Mack? This is the samjang. You can see it's got sesame seeds in it. Lots of flavor. That is what I'm talking about right there. This dish is so good. It has so much flavor. I mean, anybody who says they don't like spicy food, please just try this. I will tell you that when I taught at Newbury College, I had a student who said they hated spice and couldn't stand the, heat. And then I assigned them to make this dish, and they loved it. Like after that, they're like, all right. It was more that they didn't like super, super hot foods for the sake of the heat, as opposed to spice for, foods that are spicy and have flavor. So, and like I ask everybody, take 2 bites of everything before you say no. Not just 1, but 2. Because that first bite can be a bit of a shocker. So if you give your brain a chance to reset before you retry something, you'll be better for it. So the good thing is I have a nice sticky mess to clean up after this. Wait, that's not a good thing. But no, it's all worth it. It's all worth it. This is, as opposed to cooking in like a pan, this is so much better. Cooking outside, getting a big wide open space that I can get very, very hot very fast and make an exceptional meal. It's pretty awesome. Spicy pork bulgogi. Sweet, hot. It's like got so much going on. It's everything you could want. Plus it's pork. But if you want to do beef, if you want to do chicken, have at it.